What's going on YouTube? Decided to do another 2K23 video, gameplay video. It's been a lot of news, a lot of updates. Mike Wang has been speaking. So decided, you know what? Let me come on here, talk about the news, talk about the info, talk about how I'm feeling about the game and things of that nature. I did a video prior, but they had totally got messed up, scrapped. I had to throw it out. As you could clearly hear, most likely the sinuses is all messed up. I'm brother under the weather, sick, but decided, you know what, needed to get this video out here. So please like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna hop right into the video. Before I go to the Mike Wing tweets, I just want to say, am I excited for the game? A little bit. I think we kind of tell ourselves we're not excited all the time because of the different games that have came out and have been pretty mediocre by the time midweek through the season comes. But I'm kind of excited for a lot of things that I'm hearing if they're implemented correctly. So that's going to be my first take. My second take, please, Mike Wang. You probably won't ever see this vid. If you do, I'm begging you. At least the first month for certain. First two, maybe even three. Leave the game how it is unless it's something egregious going on in the game. People have to get accustomed to playing the game and not having badges. People be 60 overalls, don't have no badges, have no hot zones, don't have nothing, and be complaining about they can't shoot. Yeah, obviously, just because you boost your 3-point rating up as high as possible when the game first comes out with all the VC that you done spent first night does not mean you're going to be able to shoot. You still have to learn the mechanics of the game, how the game operates, how the game plays, all these things. Let us get the time to sit in, breathe with the game, and then decide what needs to be adjusted. Like I said, if it's not egregious, like every time you press square, if you have a 95 steal, every time you press square, you automatically get the pluck. If it ain't something that like that level of egregiousness, I don't believe the game needs to be patched. Especially in our first month when we're still all learning what's the best SIGs, what's the best jump shots, all these things that require time. So just give us time with the game. But let's see some of the heard that? Let's see some of the things Mike Wang has been talking about, has been saying. I'm gonna get my thoughts on it. We're gonna try to keep it short and sweet. Let's find out. All right, I kind of minimize myself so things can be seen a lot better, a lot easier. We're gonna hop into some of the tweets that we see here, and we're gonna talk about it. We got a very big one here. Mike Wang responding to Taxel. Please make it where you have to green a shot for it to go in. Please, that's all I ask. Mike Wang responded, slightlies don't drop in NBA 2K23 like they did last year. At least not on higher difficulties and online. You have to earn your makes. How I feel about that. Now, I will say, this could be a big problem or it could be a W. I feel like personally, it's usually the comp players complaining about full whites going in. I never had a problem with full whites going in if your 3-ball is high enough. I feel like usually the threshold is around 80. If you have an 83 ball, 85 3-ball, 90, et cetera, and you're wide open, I don't see the problem with a full white going in because you're wide open. I have a problem with you not being wide open and full whites going in. That's an issue. That is the problem I have. I feel like shooting needs to be adjusted and tweaked. Well, offense within itself needs to be adjusted and tweaked where you don't. It's not heavily geared towards offense and letting things and making things happen. Shooting and making 54% covered in at the 3-point line is crazy. Like that is crazy. Uh, and it not to be a green, even if you green that's still crazy. I feel like that's still crazy. Um, that's always been my problem with slightly's going in. The ones that are highly contested. I also do feel like slightly should go in a whole lot less if you have a lower three ball rating. You should be making threes a lot less. I.e. 75, 70. You're a decent 3-point shooter, not a good 3-point shooter. Decent. You can hit one or two or three, especially if they're open, but you are not an elite 3 ball. So that's what I feel towards that. I don't want to see you having a 93 ball rating and you're wide open and you're still smoking slightly. It's like if you're going 50, if you're missing and then missing and making, or for every it's a 1-to-1 type of reaction, I may not be heavily heavily in agreement with that. But like if you have a high 3 ball rating and you're wide open, it needs to be somebody on that man. So we'll see. What current gen have double takeover? I really don't care because I'm going to be playing next gen. Openness is out. I'm 99% sure it is out for online, but I haven't personally tested it to verify. Openness, for those who don't know, openness is a setting that it makes your player pass to the open man. So a lot of times what people were doing was to call themselves comp guards. They would put their openness to 99%. And anytime like they had a bailout situation where they drove to the paint, or, they doing their 97th dribble cancel, they didn't press X and it would go to the open man that's sitting wide open. That's what the openness setting is. And with that being gone, that means you have to truly decide who you're passing to and not just throwing the ball with 99% openness. Team take works the same whether your teammates are user or CPU control. They need to fill their share of the meter just like humans. Note the new design is new gen only. Current gen works the same as 22. Okay, so as far as next gen, the CPU, even if you have CPU on your team, they have to do their job to help you get the team takeover. The team takeover this year being that each player on the court has a specific job or has their own portion of a bar to fill up, so everybody can get team takeover. I have no problem with that. I mean, it's neither here or there for me. My thing is with the CPU, especially if you're out in the rec and you don't get any randoms, is the CPU going to be good? We see time and time again the CPU just doesn't close out on people. We see the CPU just standing there. The guy's a 3-point shooter, dribble cancel, and you're not closing out at the 3-point line, or you're not picking up on the open man. You're just standing somewhere. Will that be addressed? That if that's addressed, then I'm fine with that. Please tell me y'all took away the fact that people can call timeout in the middle of a still animation. Yes, we fixed it. But general boost being on both gens. Okay. This was another big thing. The highest ball handle requirement would be 92 for Curry and Trey Siggs. Some other players were pulled up to 90. Also Dame, Kyrie, and others. So he had originally put out a tweet, as you see here. You guys want some signature dribble packages like Curry's to have even higher ball handling requirement? Yes, no. the community spoke out, said we wanted yes. So he pushed, you know, Curry's and Trey Young's signatures up to you have to have a 92 ball handle to have it. It's been a lot of up and down how people feel. Some people lean on the side of no, you shouldn't have certain SIGs for a certain a certain requirement because then that makes them OP. Yes, because I feel like it should be a difference of having a higher signature, higher ball handle and things like that. If my ball handle is 92, I should be able to have the access to signatures that somebody who maybe have only an 86 doesn't have. The where I sit on this stance, I'm leaning more towards higher attributes less you have better SIGs, only if we have some level of balance. First off, one of the biggest problems that 2K22 has faced far as dribbling is a problem that has been in the game for a long time. Wait, hold on. I gotta blow my nose. So yeah, one of the biggest problems that 2K22 has had far as dribbling is speed boosting, dribble cancels, all those intertwined animations have been some of the biggest problems of 2K22. And they've been a problem in 2K for a long time. Speed boosting has been a problem, been a thing, and they kind of even leaned into more and more with speed boosting as the years have gone on, especially in the My Team part of the game. But with those things being implemented in the game and being something that people are actually going out there to try to do, and a play style behind it, led to what the issues were in 2K22, where you have people dribble canceling and then speed boosting left and right, where you can't catch up. And then if you do make the right read, you can't dribble cancel again and speed boost the other way, or dribble cancel and speed boost the same way, and eventually do a running fade. Like, these are the issues that were in 2K22 while, of course, sitting behind the screen. These were the issues, and if those issues are addressed, I don't think having the best SIGs or having better SIGs will be that much of an issue, especially if you have a defensive build. If you have your main defender out there guarding that guy. Stephen Curry has amazing ball handle. Kyrie Irving has amazing ball handle. You want to put one of your best defensive guards on that guy, even if to make it harder for him to close him out. And let your bigs or your wings and stuff like that, let them worry about if he do blow by him, and he decides to go to the rack. We know we have to switch. We know we have to pick up things like that. I don't have a problem with more. I want to say too realistic, but more realistic dribbling, where I'm not playing against somebody that's literally defying the laws of gravity and in nature by speed boosting and dribble cancels and stopping goals. If I'm gonna deal with that, this is fine. If we fix the other issues, this can be fine. It has to be a level of balance, though. It has to be that if you have these higher dribble moves, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just for dribbling itself. Shooting, defense, slashing. I always felt if you put more stats into these areas or into an area, it should take away from something else. If you have high dribbling and high shooting and a decent slashing, your defense shouldn't be the best. You should be a liability on a defensive end. You really should be. We I feel like 2K kind of wants you to make that a anomaly player, um, and everybody's supposed to be like Michael Jordan or some variation of him at whatever size that you make them. But it really should be, if you have high threes, if you have high dribbling, sort of high driving dunk or whatever the case may be, your defense should suffer. And if that's going to be the case, this shouldn't be an issue. I wouldn't have an issue with this. But it all depends on how they balance the game. This is showing you more of the dunk requirements. This was something else a lot of people were upset about. Well, these are the contacts. I don't know how to fail. Last year contact dunks didn't really work. Well, 22 contact dunks didn't really work, so we'll see. Here's the one that a lot of people were upset about or outraged about or had something to say. Quick drops on 1 foot have a higher dunk requirement this year, 80 driving dunk and 60 vertical. So these small guards, it may be finito. It may be finito. All this is still based upon how the builder is. What you allowed to do with the builder. I'm not gonna say anything far as what I think the sweet spot is going to be as far as the builds, but I have my thoughts on what size what height is going to be the perfect build, or at least the cheese for the beginning. The tier list. This was the stamina. We talked about before the adrenaline boost, restoring the shot clock resets. Also toying with the idea of slowly replenishing 1 or 2 if we slow down and wait long enough for next maker feedback. We're also going to support boosts on defense. Stealing blocks attempt will cost a boost. That is good. Let's stop people from spamming squares, spamming triangle to get a block. I'm fine with the adrenaline boost. We have to get the game and see. It may be something we agree with. It may be something we disagree with. I don't know. We have to see though. And then here we have our jump shots. These are the name jump shots. I don't know how it is far as like the number ones, like base 89 and all them joints. We don't know yet. But these are far as the jump shots we have now. The requirement for these jump shots, we have the release height for the jump shot, the release speed, timing, impact, and defensive immunity. A lot of us are going to be in the gym trying to find out the best jump shot. Most likely it will be a numbered one. So, this may not even mean anything. But we'll see. We'll see. If all these different pieces actually do have an effect on the game and there's a giant difference on the game, then this could be a good idea to try to break up the monotony of everybody using the same 2 or 3 jump shots. We'll see. It's a lot of info here. Y'all could go to Mike Wayne Twitter if y'all want to see and read up on all the other information. It was just those few pieces I had to speak on. Another thing is that Mike Wayne has said they're going to be focusing more on defense, which is great. We need more defense. We need to be able to play better defense. We need to be able to guard our guys better and not have to worry about people speed boosting left and right out of just body up, so whatever the case may be. And if you suck at defense, there's nothing that's going to really help you. You just have to get better. There are a lot of people who are just terrible at defense, and that it will show. But the offense has for so long had most of the game. It's been an offensive game. And I just want to see balance on both sides. I want to see if you're a great offensive player, you should be able to take advantage of the defense. If you're a great defensive player, it should show. That's all I'm asking for. Any new information that comes out, any new updates, something serious that needs to be talked about, I might try to do a video on it. We'll see. The game should be out within the next 3 weeks, I think, or maybe even less. Hopefully it's good. We're all waiting. That's going to be the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm out.